As you can see by the title of this video, we'll be talking about Zion Williamson and the recent success involving the New Orleans Pelicans. This has been an unreal start for Zion Williamson's NBA career. Going into this year, you guys, obviously Zion had a lot of hype. Probably the most hype we have ever seen for an NBA player since LeBron James when he came out of high school in 2003. Zion Williamson this year had a lot of expectations, you guys, and he has lived up to them. After missing over 40 games to start the regular season, Zion Williamson, his first 12 games, has been playing absolutely amazing. Looking at his statistics, you guys, he is averaging currently right now 23 points per game, 7 rebounds, and 2 assists. Along with that, y'all, Zion Williamson is shooting 59% from the field, 42% from 3, including a performance against the San Antonio Spurs, in which he went 4 for 4 from 3 in his debut and damn near won the game for them. Shooting 61% from the free throw line, he is currently on an 8-game streak of 20-plus points or more. He is one away from the most consecutive games with 20-plus points for a teenager in NBA history. Carmelo has that record with 9 on 2 separate occasions. Zion is also doing this in just an average of 28 minutes played per game. In the 12 games Zion has played in, you guys, the Pelicans are 7-5. They're currently 3 games out of the 8th seed, and it is looking so good for their chances to make the playoffs, y'all. 538 really likes the Pelicans' chances of getting the 8th seed in the West. Their playoff odds, as compared to the other teams that are fighting for that 8th spot, they have a 66% chance to make it. The Blazers have a 16% chance, with the Grizzlies with an 8%, and the Spurs and Kings finishing with 6 and 5. The Grizzlies have been struggling, you guys. Injuries have got at them, and they have a very difficult schedule coming up, you guys. The Grizzlies last night lost by 31 points, or excuse me, 27 points to the Los Angeles Clippers. The Clippers had 40 points in the first quarter, made 16 threes throughout the entire game. They're a little bit worrisome, you guys. Looking at the Pelicans, though, they have the 3rd easiest schedule remaining. They have 25 games left, you guys. In those games, they play the Grizzlies 2 more times. They're currently 2-0 against the Grizzlies so far this season, with only Zion playing in one of those games. They play them on March 21st and March 24th. Out of the Pelicans' 25 games remaining, 13 of them are at home. And as a total, out of the 25 games that they have left, they only play 7 playoff teams. And I mean, just take a look and look at this stint of games, you guys. These are all games consecutively. They go the Atlanta Hawks, the San Antonio Spurs, the Grizzlies, the Kings, the Grizzlies again, the Knicks, the Magic, the Hawks, the Wizards, the Spurs, the Hornets, and the Phoenix Suns. Fam, in that stint right there, looks like they might lose 1 to 2 games in that stint. The way that they've been playing lately, the way that Brandon Ingram is starting to get a flow going once again after we saw how well he played in the month of November, December, and January before Zion came back. I think the most important goal for the New Orleans Pelicans, you guys, is how to get those two to coincide with one another. We look at what both of them have been able to do without each other, and I just think if you get both of them working together, both dropping 20 points a night, it can be one of the best scoring duos in the league already. And Brandon Ingram is in his 4th year. Zion Williamson hasn't even played 13 games in the NBA. If you can get that chemistry going, you guys, and re-sign Brandon Ingram to a huge extension this summer, which he does deserve in my opinion, you can create something very special in New Orleans, you guys. As I said, y'all, the New Orleans Pelicans have the 3rd easiest schedule remaining. Now, looking at the standings, you guys, obviously they do have the Blazers in front of them, but Damian Lillard is still recovering from his injury. I truly feel it's going to come down to the Grizzlies, the Blazers, and the Pelicans. Looking at the Grizzlies side of things, though, like I said, the Pelicans have the 3rd easiest schedule. The Memphis Grizzlies have the #1 toughest schedule remaining throughout the entire NBA for the final third of this season. Out of the 25 games remaining, you guys, 14 of their games are against playoff teams currently in the standings. I worry about the Grizzlies, y'all. And as much as I like John Morant, you can obviously see there's just no way that they're going to be able to keep this winning streak up. They're currently 29-28. I just don't think they're going to make it, y'all. And I think they're setting it up like this, y'all. From an NBA perspective, can you imagine a series with Zion Williamson and LeBron James? Fam, I'm not going to lie to you guys. And you also throw in the Anthony Davis trade from last year. Lonzo Ball, Brandon Ingram, Josh Hart playing against their former team, the Lakers. And then Anthony Davis playing against his former team, the Pelicans. And Rondo into the inclusion. Fam, this would bring so much storylines in the first round. And it feels like throughout the past few years, the first round has always been kind of like you don't really need to watch. I mean, there's been a few good series here and there. There's been a couple good 7-game series, this and that. But there's never really been a series consecutively where you're like, oh, damn, I really need to see that. Oh, damn, I really want to watch every single game. Bringing Zion Williamson, LeBron James, and the storyline with the Anthony Davis trade, that would bring in so much just TV ratings, so much everything. Everyone would be talking about it, you guys. Everyone's already hyping up just the game tonight. The Pelicans play the Lakers tonight, 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time in Los Angeles. That game is very hyped up. Could you guys imagine a series? I mean, there's already talks that Zion is the next LeBron. Skip Bayless saying Zion is already the face of the NBA. LeBron is handing them the torch. This would bring such an interesting storyline going into the first round of the playoffs, you guys. Me as a Lakers fan, as an NBA fan, I would love to see Zion make it his first year. Can he win Rookie of the Year? In my opinion, he cannot. Just because you look at what John Moran is doing, and I think the playoff implications will have some say on who wins Rookie of the Year. But if Zion does make it, and say the Grizzlies finish 9th, I still think if John Moran keeps these numbers up where he's averaging 18 to 19 points a game, about 7 and 8 assists tonight, and he played all year, as opposed to Zion, who played 41 games, probably close to it, averaged 20. You know what, y'all? I take that back. If the Pelicans make the playoffs, I'm giving Rookie of the Year to Zion. I don't think he will win it, but in my personal opinion, I think if he comes back, the way that he's been playing right now, giving you 23 and 7, playing like an all-star, dropping 30 in back-to-back games, I think you give it to Zion. Especially if he gets this team where there were 5.5 games back when he came back, played the last half of the season, got him into the playoffs. I think you give Rookie of the Year to Zion. And I think John Moran is right there. It depends on what you want. Do you want someone who played a little less tier, 18 points a game, 7 assists a game, didn't make the playoffs, or someone who played half the season, played like an all-star, 23 and 7 a night, and got their team to the playoffs when they weren't in a position when he came back, and has been dominant, and has been someone that defense have had the key on? My personal opinion, I would actually give it to Zion. But the Lakers play the Pelicans tonight, you guys. My true opinion, I think the Pelicans are going to make the playoffs. I think the Pelicans are in a situation where they're playing better and better. Their defense is looking better and better. Their team in transition, you guys, with Lonzo Ball and Zion Williamson and Josh Hart, who is really good on the break. He is a really good finisher at the glass. I am so excited to see this team, you guys. At moments, they do play small with Derek Favors at the 5, but I am beyond impressed with this team, you guys. They can be a little bit better on defense. Zion's numbers defensively are not as good as we thought they were going to be, but it takes time to get conditioned in the NBA, man. We can't just expect someone who had knee surgery, who had not played a second of regular season basketball, to come in and play like he's one of the greatest players of all time. I mean, in my opinion, he's playing better than even I expected. Coming back from knee surgery, coming into the NBA, I think he's playing phenomenal. He's also shown most where he can knock down the 3 ball, can be a lot better, but shooting 42% from 3, y'all, already. I know he hasn't shot a lot. And then there was also a statistic. His first 6 games of his career, right? He rebounded 50% of his missed shots. Of his own shot, he got the rebound. I mean, he just shows so much effort, you guys. I am beyond impressed with Zion Williamson. And I think the Pelicans are going to make the playoffs. I think they're going to get smacked by the Lakers tonight. I think LeBron James will bring out the brooms and sweep them in the first round. But I'm telling you guys, Zion Williamson and the New Orleans Pelicans will be in the playoffs come April. And shout out one time to John Moran, because my boy John Moran is hooping. The Grizzlies are hooping. They are going to be there for a very, very long time. That's why I'm so excited about the Western Conference and the future of the NBA. You have so many young teams that are competing, y'all. Mavericks, Pelicans, Grizzlies. Alone. I mean, I think the Suns are going to get better. I think the Warriors are going to come back next year stronger. I think just everyone, man. The Nuggets are pretty young as well. So I am beyond excited, you guys, to see what happens for this last half of the year. Comment down who you guys think are going to make the playoffs. Will it be the Grizzlies? Will it be the Clippers? I'm just playing. Will it be the Grizzlies? Will it be the Pelicans, guys? Watch that game tonight. Lakers, Grizzlies, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on TNT. You don't want to miss it. LeBron probably going to go off for some. I'm guessing around 35. AD will probably go for a big night as well, playing against the former team, and he's been hooping against them when they have played. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay blessed. All love 2020. Trust God. Trust yourself. Keep being you. Keep following your dreams. And also make sure to leave a like and subscribe on this video, y'all. Thank you guys so much, y'all. Stay blessed. And your up is out this time. Peace.
Dylan got it bumping.